Hi, I just competed in the IF3 Masters World Championship, and I wanted to share my experience because it was something. It was it was something. Um, so, um, where do I start? Um, I will start by saying a little bit about me. I started CrossFit when I was 37. I'm now 51. I did my first competition in 2014 and my first high level competition in 2015 when I had to qualify for, which was the Cascade Classic. And I did that one for like 5 years in a row. And I've done competitions all over the place. I was just in Greece earlier in the year, and last year I was in Budapest for the Worlds, and that was phenomenal, very well run. Absolutely felt professional, like Olympic level. So why wouldn't I want to go to Worlds again? So I qualified for Worlds again. Fantastic. Um, it was really expensive to come to Australia. Not something I can really afford, but I thought, you know what, this is world class. I need to do this. This is really great. How many competitions like this am I going to be able to do in my life? Hopefully, I stay healthy and I'm able to do it. I don't know, into my 70s. That would be fantastic. But I'm I need to go. So, first of all, I will give a shout out to all the volunteers who worked really hard. This was nothing on them. The MC, absolutely, he was phenomenal. I don't know his name, but that guy was a rock star. He was there from morning to night all 3 days, and he kept things rolling. He was doing all sorts of things. He was on top of it. Fantastic. If you know what his name is, tell me because he was great. And all the athletes absolutely worked their butts off and powered through some not so great times. So, for the venue, it was absolutely terrible. We showed up thinking, oh, maybe this is like warm up area. It was a rig on some uneven cement. There was no stands for people to sit in, and they were charging $65 for all 3 days um, for spectators to watch. With, I think they ended up having like 25 folding chairs for spectators. There really was nowhere to sit. They had no vendor village. They had a water company there, which they were great, kept me hydrated. And then they had two food trucks, but the food, although it looked delicious, it was very heavy. No athlete's going to eat a greasy burger and a thing of fries and compete. So, but yeah, we were wondering if it was warm up area. No, it wasn't. That was the competition floor. Okay, well, here we are. We're going to roll with it. So, um, Thursday night, I believe it was very last minute. They said they were going to change the endurance workout from, they didn't get the ski, so they're going to switch the ski for 75 burpees over the line. So you were going to bike, and then you were going to row, and then you had to do these 75 burpees over the line. Not a good switch out, in my opinion. Ski would have been great for me. I would have really done well at this workout. Throwing burpees instead of ski, like 75 of them in the heat. And I'm 5'8". Burpees are not always the greatest for me. I don't mind doing them, but I was counting on that ski because I can do quite well at that one. So, okay, well, whatever, we're just going to roll with it. When the event went on, they decided to do it waterfall style. So, after every 10 minutes, they would start another heat. So, after 10 minutes, I guess they guessed everyone would be off the bike and onto the rower. So, they would start. A lot of things I noticed even before the problems that came in the future. One was judges didn't check when you were finished. your bike or your row. It was just kind of honor system. There should not be a world competition with having an honor system that you finished all your meters on your bike or your rower. When we were setting up for our bikes, we're kind of moving the seat and the handles and getting on and just checking, making sure it's all ready. My judge came and cleared my screen, and I noticed the lady beside me had like 120 meters on there, and nobody was going to clear her screen. I had to grab a judge, because I'm not going to touch it, to go and clear her screen. So I don't know how many times that happened. We won't know. So we did the workout, and then no scores were up for a long time. Not knowing when our next events were going to be, nobody really knew what was happening. Then later in the day, we come to find out that they screwed up on the times. I guess they had 2 different time clocks, or something like that, but they didn't have proper scores for everyone, and there were multiple heats and divisions, so you really didn't know. And they also didn't have scorecards that you signed, so at the end, like when you're finished your workout, you didn't sign a scorecard and see your time. So I had no idea what my time was, so we just kind of relied on whatever the judge wrote on there. So I guess that's a lesson for me to pay more attention to that, which is hard as an athlete. You got a lot going on. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to bring a coach who's looking out for all of that stuff. I did have a coach there, but she was also competing, so she really, we can't do all of that stuff. It's just too much. So anyway, we're relying on them. This is what we paid for, to have these proper judges and scores. So no scorecard. So now they don't really know what to do, because you can't. There's no proper scores. It's just so inconsistent. So apparently there was no live feed, but the Germans were doing a live feed. So they were trying to go off that, but there were like delays, and you couldn't see everyone. Absolute just terrible. So I guess in the end, what they decided to do was make us redo a workout, an endurance workout on the Saturday. And the workout was going to be 10 rounds. For ladies, it was going to be 12 calories on the bike, 12 calories on the rower, 400-meter farmer carry, for 20-minute time cap. Okay. That really freaking sucks, but I can do another workout, no big deal. I'll do it, sure. Then they decided to throw this little wrench in the thing. If you and everyone in your division decided and signed off that the original scores for the endurance could stand, then you didn't have to redo the endurance. Well, I'm not confident in those scores at all. I don't want to sign off on that. It wasn't even the workout I was promised. A little bit biased, but that's not the main reason, right? I'm biased in the sense that the burpees weren't good for me. It wasn't an awesome change out for me. But really, to me, it was way more about the inconsistencies that I saw, as well as them telling us that the time was all off. And one lady in my division said she didn't even have a time. So, So, I didn't want to sign off. I said, I want to redo it. A couple of the other ladies said, they were kind of on the fence, and they were like, okay, fine, we'll redo it. We don't mind. So moving forward from there, what are we going to do? So I guess I didn't want to sign off on it. So that would mean we would have to redo it. I guess some people, I don't know if it was from my division or whatnot, but they were complaining and they didn't want to redo it. So they were quite upset. Um, I can only guess maybe because they did well in the first one, or they think they did well, or maybe you know the burpees were good for them. But really, it should have been the fact that there was no way to really know that the scores were what they were. So then just chaos ensued. Putting it on the athletes to meet together and decide that the scores are valid, and if nobody agreed that we were all going to get zeros for that, and then we were going to move on and do the new workout, new endurance workout. So I guess there was some trouble behind the scenes, and they decided after I think 3 heat of men already did this second workout that they were going to no one was allowed to do it. If you didn't agree with the times of the first endurance workout, then everybody got a 0. And you would have no endurance. So here they're forcing the athletes to agree upon those numbers, or we're going to get a 0. So myself and one other lady didn't sign off on those times. Maybe my time was right, I don't know. But with everything that went on, I don't see how anyone could feel confident in those scores. Some ladies, I guess, went on the German feed and tried to make it all fair, but there were different heats, there's delays. I just didn't have full confidence in that. So I was being gathered many times because I said my piece and I walked away. I'm like, I'm not signing it. I don't want to sign off on that. Let's just do the workout. Let's just do it. But then the organizers decided that, nope, not going to do it at all. So then I'm thinking, okay, well then let's all take zeros because that's fair. You still have 5 other workouts, right? Like, it's fair, ish. So there was a lot of pressure put on me. I didn't like it. I just like to be happy and fair and enjoy, don't stress. And I was being, I don't want to say harassed because it really wasn't the athlete's fault. It was put upon us. So I want to make friends in this sport. I don't want to make enemies, but I still, integrity is really important to me. And I just didn't feel confident with the way what they were letting down or throwing down. Sorry. So the ladies kept pressuring me. I was gathered like 3 times, and they were really trying to push me to sign it. Some of them had some like good arguments, but at the end of the day, there's no guarantee that everything was right. I was getting really stressed out, and I decided to leave the venue because I didn't have another workout until about 3 o'clock. So I left for a bit, cooled off. I don't want to be rude to my fellow competitors. I want to be fair. I want to be friendly. And here we are, we're being forced to negotiate, and, tensions are high. One lady in my division, and I'm sure in other divisions, her English wasn't even very well, or very good, very well. So how is she expected, or how are we supposed to communicate with her to make things fair? This isn't our job. Our job was to work out, do proper reps. That was our job as athletes. So when I came back to the venue, I was close to doing my very last workout. I just want to do my last workout and be done with it all. someone came beelining for me, and I had to be really rude. And I said, look, I've given my opinion, and I asked the organizers, you heard my opinion, I'm not signing it. So I walk over near where we're going to start our next event, and then more ladies come over to me. This is ridiculous, because at this point, no matter who wins, who places, nobody's really. It's just been. It's not going to mean the same, unfortunately. I mean, the people who podium, they still worked really hard, and they're really incredible athletes, so I don't want to take that away from them. So I said, well, I'm going to think about it, see if the one other lady who hadn't signed it yet was going to sign it, and then I just give me some time to think about it. So I thought about it, and I'm like, it's not really going to matter anymore where anybody places, really, because it's not going to be the same. So eventually I decided to sign it begrudgingly. So that's what I did my last event. I was exhausted at the end of the day, and not from working out. I could have done 5 more workouts, but I was exhausted from the drama, the pressure. I was just exhausted. I have never gone home from a competition and cried, but I cried after this. It was just, there was so much tension between athletes. Not fair. Totally not fair. So the next day I sat down and I did a little bit of math, just curious if we had taken that endurance out and all gotten zeros, where would everyone place? My vote would have actually determined who won first and who won third. And I say my vote because I was the last one holding out. A little bit disturbing that vote was going to determine who was first on the podium and who was third. Second was going to stay in the same place. And I also noticed how much it actually mattered to my placement personally. Out of everyone, aside from those 2 top people, it actually mattered a lot. I didn't figure that out before, but after the fact, I was like, okay, that sucks. That should never happen. So, I could keep going on, but that's pretty much everything that happened in from my perspective and in my division, which was the 50 to 54 division. Great ladies in the division. I really hope that it doesn't cause any bad feelings between us, any of us, because we want to be friendly. We want to make friends in this sport, and I think it would benefit us to put this behind us, and hopefully they can fix it so this never happens again. Hopefully I've said everything. I know it's a lot. I really did not have a good time.